Disclaimer, Greg James gave me an advanced copy of The Confession, which I just finished reading today. I'm thankful. I'm really thankful that someone actually went out there, saw my channel, or what have you, and was like, I want this guy to review my book. So thank you, Greg James. However, that will not affect my opinion on your book. But I think you'll be pleased. The Confession. The 2020 novel by Greg James. It's The Exorcist on an island. You may think the concept would be derivative, but I ask you, how awesome is that setting? I mean, The Exorcist on a stormy, windswept island in Ireland. That's a recipe for chilling encounters. The plot, so young, so pure. Aoife, or Ophi, I don't know exactly how you say the name, lives with her mom, Elaine. Now that's a name I know how to say. On a small island in, you guessed it, Ireland. One day at school, we'll call her Ophi, gets into a bit of a fight. Actually, Ophi just stands there as an unseen presence picks up her bully and pins her to the spiky fence. I just realized I don't have my hat on. There we go. Much like me gradually remembering to put my hat on, analogy, gradually things become more unnatural for Ophi. She is not the young, pure girl in Elaine's life anymore. She has something inside her. Something evil. So now it is up to David and Thomas, two priests, to save her life from the icy grip of an earthbound demon. I'll start off with a bit of a backstory on this novel that was given to me courtesy of Greg James himself. Mr. James is not a church-going man, but he wanted to write a novel that heavily involved a religious angle, as well as one that involves manipulation of innocence. He took to the heavy metal band Trouble for some of his inspiration. Quote, their biblical lyrics influenced some of the dialogue in the exorcism scenes later in the novel. I have to say, after listening to their song Psalm 9, I can see how it would be helpful and an easy listen. The church and priests in general have some controversy involving children. Mr. James knows this, and tried to balance a tightrope in order not to cross any barriers. He did a wonderful job in that regard. There are some issues I have with this book, though. It really felt like The Exorcist during the climax. So much so that it actually had the line, "Your mother sucks in hell." I can't say the middle word in fear of YouTube taking down my channel, but you know the word. However, as I said, Mr. James is not a religious man, and hasn't written anything like this before. It did seem like he was at a crossroad sometimes, with such things as action and dialogue during these scenes. However, there's enough different here to make it its own thing. This is not a ripoff of The Exorcist, but seemingly rather a loving homage and tribute. Same thing, pretty much. It accomplishes being, quote, entertaining and disturbing, as the author had intended. As for the characters, Ophi is a smart little girl, and things become noticeably off right away. One thing I do love about her struggle is that you are told about her experiences during her possession. I don't remember if the Exorcist novel did that as well. I'd have to go back into my notes. Still, it's an unsettling thought. Where would you be if your body was possessed? Elaine is a mother who cares deeply for her daughter. She is all she has left. That shows her weakness as a grieving woman. David and Thomas both have backstories that I don't really want to spoil. They are unraveled over the turning pages. I actually really enjoyed the characters in this book. They were deep and deeply disturbed. You wanted to read about them succeeding. That is not too easy to accomplish in a story that has been done to death. The gore! There are some disturbing moments in here for sure. Nothing flat out disgusting. Mr. James saves that for the demonic dialogue. Still, we get to the as before mentioned spiky impaling. There's a ravaged dead body, and a little bit more. This was a pretty good read. It finds ways to be original enough in a subgenre that is running stale by this point. With the child priest angle, it's added a level of familiarity. It shouldn't draw any unwanted attention, nor cross any lines. In fact, it might as well draw a cross by that point. Wink wink. Nudge, nudge. There are some grammatical errors in the book. I actually counted up to 3, but that doesn't bother me too much, especially with how little there were. It was mostly a forgotten word or two. If you like stories of possession and exorcism, then give this one a shot. I'll leave a link to the book in paperback. It is also in Kindle on Amazon. I hope you get a chance to enjoy this novel as well. Overall, I give The Confession a 3.5 out of 5. Thank you all for watching, and thank you, Greg James, for giving me this novel. I had a blast reading it. I am Brian Gatto, the horror show host. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page and support me on Patreon. Even $1 a month will help keep this channel going on strong, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Also hit that notification bell, and as always, subscribe.